Cinderella was a kind girl. She had a very hard life. Cinderella lived with her mean stepmother and two stepsisters. They made her do all the chores. Cinderella cleaned the house. She did the laundry. She cooked the meals. They were all so mean to her. It made her sad. Cinderella was treated unfairly. She dreamed of a better life. She wished for kindness and respect. She knew things could be different. One day, everything would change. Cinderella continued to be kind. She knew kindness was important. She believed in being good, even when things were tough. Her spirit would not be broken. Word spread throughout the land. The prince was having a grand ball. Every young maiden was invited. The stepsisters were so excited. They dreamed of meeting the prince. They giggled about their dresses and shoes. Cinderella wanted to go to the ball too. She wanted to dance and have fun. When she asked her stepmother if she could go, her stepmother laughed. She said, "You? Go to the ball? Don't be silly." Cinderella's stepsisters laughed at her too. Cinderella was heartbroken. She went to her room and cried. She wished she could go to the ball. She wished she had a pretty dress. She wished she could be happy. Just then, something magical happened. A kind fairy godmother appeared. She told Cinderella not to cry. "I will help you go to the ball," she said. Cinderella was amazed. She could hardly believe her ears. With a flick of her magic wand, the fairy godmother transformed a pumpkin into a grand carriage. She turned mice into horses. Cinderella's rags became a beautiful gown. On her feet were sparkling glass slippers. "Now go and have fun," said the fairy godmother. "But be home by midnight. The magic will wear off then." Cinderella promised she would be back before midnight. She was so excited to go to the ball. The ball was even more beautiful than Cinderella imagined. Everyone turned to look at her as she entered. She looked so beautiful in her gown. The prince was smitten with Cinderella. He asked her to dance. Cinderella and the prince danced all night. They talked and laughed. Cinderella had never felt so happy. She forgot all about her troubles. She felt like a princess. As the clock began to strike 12, Cinderella remembered her promise. "I must go," she told the prince. She ran out of the ballroom. Cinderella ran down the palace steps. In her haste, one of her glass slippers slipped off her foot. She didn't have time to pick it up. She had to get home before the magic wore off. The prince was determined to find the mysterious woman who had captured his heart. The only clue he had was the glass slipper. He vowed to find the woman it belonged to. The prince went from house to house. He asked every young woman to try on the glass slipper. It didn't fit anyone. When he arrived at Cinderella's house, the stepsisters tried desperately to make the slipper fit, but it was no use. Then, the prince saw Cinderella. He asked her to try on the slipper. It fit perfectly. The prince knew he had found his true love. Cinderella and the prince were married. They lived happily ever after. Cinderella's kindness and patience had been rewarded. Remember, be kind to one another. You never know what magic awaits you.